Hello there guys, hello and welcome back to yet another video. I'm your host Madnek as always, and this is my final PvE build, the Madnek Syndrome 3.0 if you want to call it that way. But this is a combination of the first Syndrome and the second Syndrome actually. I'm gonna explain everything and anything that I can, and we will see how it goes, and hope you will enjoy it. It will help you out. And it's really good in PvE. Tested out so far in few dungeons and on champions. Really good build. Really does the job like it's supposed to. It's a bleed damage and bleed duration combination. Really good, trust me. Okay, so dagger setup as always. Pistol dagger when I swap. Pistol dagger I use for sneak attack, 5 bleeds on my target. And sometimes if I'll need to get out of away from my target, shadow strike, and cloak and dagger if I need that stealth for the 5 bleeds. It's really good, really helpful. On healing I use withdraw, obviously, for rolling back, cures immobilization, shield, and crippled. It heals me and it evades attacks, and also kind of break stun. Not really, but it does kinda, which is weird. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Hiding Shadows is a really good heal. It's the best, big punch heal that thieves have, and it gives you stealth and gives you regen and etc. The only downside with this one is the 30 seconds cooldown, which is really annoys me because I prefer the 15. I use Signet of Malice on specific mobs, specific fights, especially if there's at least 3 or 4 mobs and more. I usually combine it with Caltrops, which ticks every second. That's 10 ticks. The ticks will give me 2 bleeds on the target every tick, and it will put a cripple on. Now every tick counts as damage done to the target, and it will heal me with Signet of Malice, since it heals me every time I attack. Now this tick counts as an attack, every tick of it. It's also good to combine it with Dagger Storm. That means you get ticks from here, you get ticks from here. There's a Risen Brood Mother here in Ore, and she has like those Drakelings, whatever. If you drop Caltrops on them and Dagger Storm, you'll see your HP boosting up really to full, basically. So the only downside is you can use it once every 30 seconds, the Caltrops, and this one has 90 seconds cooldown. But it's a really good thing to keep you alive and keep you up, especially when even when you fight those veteran giants or champion giants. It's really good, especially to use those on those grubs. Really good to keep you up. I use Shadow Stab, Shadow Return to break stuns, to teleport out of the area, to come back and cure 3 conditions. If it's a really heavy condition fight, then I might switch to Signet of Agility because of the cooldown. It's 30 seconds cooldown compared to 50, although it does cure only 1 condition damage, unless I have more allies nearby me. But it's still, the cooldown on it, it's pretty good, it's pretty decent, and it also grants, it refills my endurance. Endurance is my dodge meter, basically. So let me just give you a look-see on this one. Let's say I dodged once, I dodged twice, and I dodged 3rd time. I use this, endurance is full, I can dodge 3 more times. And as you can see, every dodge gives me might, already 6 stacks of might just on dodging. Just an explanation, just like to show you how it works. So it's really good. It also boosts your DPS, obviously, from might and from dodging, and it cures condition every time you use it. It's really decent, really nice, but it depends on the fight, depends on you, depends on your play style. It all comes down to the bottom line of how you like to play it and how you want to play it. Caltrops, like I said, it's a must in this build. If you're a condition thief, you have to have Caltrops on your utility bar. If you don't have it, you're speccing your thief wrong. That's a fact. Now, roll for initiatives. I use it to break stuns, to evade stuff. It removes all triple chip, chilled and immobilized. The best part of it is when I use Death Blossom, which is 3 bleeds. As you can see, 1, 2, 3. If I'll hit all 3, that means 9 bleeds on my target. I roll for initiative, and I can drop some more, right? There you go. Oh, it's after the patch. It's just been patched. Whatever, they changed the looks of the caltrops, which is really nice. looks like a thingy. Whatever, who cares? Alright, elite abilities. You can either use Dagger Storm for a major fight. I mean, for a fight with many mobs. I prefer to use that. Thief Guild is really good when you fight one boss, one target without mobs. And if you are a Sylvari, I would advise Take Root as well, because you spawn five seed turrets basically that fire seeds, and each attack that they will cause to the target will put a bleed on, which is really good for your condition build and bleed build and etc. So yeah, take that into consideration. Like I said, depends on your playstyle. Now, as you can see, my bleed duration of the Death Blossom lasts 17.5 seconds, which means I have extra 75% to my condition duration. To my bleed duration, sorry. How's that possible? Well, let's see. First of all, let's check the build. The traits are the same as the Syndrom, the Madnek Syndrome, the first video. Shadow Arse 20 points. We go for infusion of Shadow, gain 2 initiatives when you use a skill that stealth you, which is really good for this one. And when I steal, because when I steal, I get 2 seconds of stealth. So I get initiatives regen all the time. Acrobatics 20 points. We go for power of inertia. Sorry for my English. It's quite bad. I'm Madnek. I have a beard. Blame me. Whatever. Right. So every time I dodge, I'll gain might, as I showed you before. And whoops, sorry. This in here I use Assassin's Reward, which means I get healed every time I use ability that use initiatives. Since my main attack ability is Death Blossom, it uses 5 initiatives, which is almost the highest for Thief, and it does quite a good heal on me, right? You can also roll for pain response if you're more of a tanking Thief in a major fight with bleeds and poison and stuff. So every time you once on 45 seconds, every time you drop below 75%, you get 10 seconds of regen, and it will cure those conditions off you. Or you could use this one, Quick Recovery, gain 2 initiatives every 10 seconds. It might sound as not the best thing, but it's really good. It's really good because most fights will last at least few minutes against bosses and champions, and to gain those 2 initiatives every 10 seconds, you might say 10 seconds is too long for the 2 initiatives, but you can barely notice the 10 seconds and you get 2 initiatives anyway, which is really good. Okay, 30 points in Trickery. We go for leave caltrops when I dodge caltrops. Those caltrops, unlike those ones, they are smaller circle and they put 1 bleed on per tick. This is the big caltrops. This is the small caltrops. You can drop actually few caltrops, and if the mob stands right here, then it will get 3 bleeds on it, because it will get from the small one and it will get from the big one as well. Now, as you could see, this small caltrops last 5 seconds and not 10 seconds like this one, maybe even less. I'm not really sure about that. I didn't count, sorry. Right, we also go for Thrill of the Crime, which means when I steal, I get Fury, Might, and Swiftness for 10 seconds. The main reason why we go for this, it gives buff to me and it gives buff to my group, to the whole group, especially in dungeons. It's really good. But the main reason, even for solo play, is the might, because every stack of might is really important for your build, for this spec, if you're a conditioned thief. And sorry, I cannot say that freaking title. The name of it, Hastened, whatever, replenishment, whatever. Main thing is you gain 4 initiatives when you use a heal. Now this one is really important and really good when you use a heal that is on a 15 seconds cooldown, which means sure I can gain initiatives from the heal from this one and from going to stealth, right? But I'll get more initiatives if I use a 15 seconds cooldown, because I'll get this 4 initiatives. I get 4 and 4, you know, if I use it twice. In the 30 seconds I get 8, with this one I get only 6. So it depends on, like I said, depends on your playstyle, depends on what you want to do. Okay, now to the gear. My gear is still the same as the Madnek Syndrom 2.0. 15% bleed duration from the 2 stacks of crate, runes of crate. Runes of Centaur also give me extra 15 bleed duration, and runes of afflicted also will give me 15% extra duration to my bleed. Now I changed my daggers and my pistol dagger stats. It used to be 19 condition damage, 64 vitality and 64 power. Now it stands for 64 precision, 64 vitality, so I don't lose any HP on this one. And I swap my 90 condition duration, 90 condition damage to 10% condition duration. Now both of my daggers have that. So with the 45% that I get from bleeds here, I gain 20 extra percent from the weapons themselves, which means it's already 65%. And I swap my corruption sigil to sigil of agony, which increase the afflicted bleed duration by 10%. In total, I get extra 75% of bleed duration. I had in mind perhaps replacing the sigil of battle to sigil of agony to have extra 10%, but I was just like, you know what, I'm losing already so much, so I just keep a rotation and keep stacking up the might. Usually I hang around 7 to 12 stacks of might. Now multiplied by 35 condition damage, it's really good boost. Usually you'll end up with extra 10 to 15, maybe even 20 extra bleed damage per tick. So with those stacks of might. Now people ask me about Ascendance gear, what I go for. I did go for those kind of stats, the rabid kind of stats, precision, toughness and condition damage, as you can see in here as well. But since I don't, I did it because I used to have that that sigil that on a crit you have 30% chance on a crit to gain stack of might. I don't use that anymore since I swapping anyway, so my crit is not as important even though I have 32% in here. It's just because I have lots of precision from the gear itself. Now the gear itself here, your armor, you should go for rabid, obviously, and in here on your Ascendance gear you should go for toughness, vitality and condition damage. That's basically what you need to go for. Toughness, vitality and condition damage. And this is what I'll go for my what do you call them? Earrings, I guess, accessories, whatever. I think it's earrings, whatever. I don't know, I don't care, whatever. Right, so this is the build, this is the spec. Now how is it working? It works perfectly with the food. When you use this food, Master Tuning Crystals, it will give you extra damage to your condition, and you also need to use the rare veggie pizzas, which will give you extra 40% duration and 17 condition damage. Now that will put your bleed duration to 21.5 seconds when you use Death Blossom, which means your bleed duration with Death Blossom will last twice longer, basically. Double time, so to speak. I don't know how to say it. You get my point, though. Right, let's see. Let's use the food. Check the condition damage. Right now it's 1.2. It's quite low compared to the Madnek Syndrome, the first one. But you don't understand how good it is on fights like bosses or champions and etc. Right, let's use this one. As you can see, 1.3, right? And I use this one, 1.4, 1,450 almost. It says 60%, but it's much longer. As you can see, 21.5 seconds. And check out the damage that it does. I would, you know what? Actually, I have the champion that spawns in here recorded. I go down at the last percent. When I fight this champion, I did it solo. I did like a tiny mistake and it brought me down. But luckily, because the spawning point is right here, I just spawned and keep him in combat so I could finish him off. I'm gonna queue up the video right now and I'll explain everything that goes in the fight if you're missing any points or whatever. Don't look for like say, oh, you just did a mistake over there. I know I do mistakes. I never claim to be the perfect gamer or whatever, or thief. I just share any info that I know. Okay, and now to the fight. Obviously we will start with pistol attack because it's ranged, you don't need to charge into him. The annoying part with this champion is when he runs out of range like that, he basically resets the fight and it becomes immune to damage and he clears all the freaking conditions. Right, as you can see, I still steal from my targets when I'm turning my back to them. I stole the fear there, which is the least beneficial ability in this fight, I guess, because he's immune to it. He's gonna reset all my bleeds again, because he's an annoying prick. That's what he does. But as you can see, I basically roll in, roll out, dodge in, dodge out, etc. Dodge in, dodge out. Wow, that's something new, Madnek. Congrats. But yeah, just move in, you can see the swing incoming, move out. I obviously make some mistakes, I take some damage. By the end of the fight I even go down, but I rally on him, and you know, as you can see, he has that buff as well, Frenzy it's called. It has 5 stacks already on him. That's that yellow orangey fireball, I guess, or whatever it is. I cannot see really the icon of it, but yeah, I had to shadow step there to teleport. I have taken too much damage. I'm just waiting for my heal to reset. There you go, heal reset. Now I can do put some bleeds on him, but first I will use my steel and put 5 bleeds on him. Now this is my favorite steel because it puts 6 bleeds on. It's shard or something, whatever. My second favorite, I guess, is the goo that you can also steal from engineers, that when a mob stacks in it, it will get like tons of reader conditions on him, and it's really good with my build because my condition lasts longer. So yeah, as you can see, I usually keep up a good amount of stacks of bleed on him, and the damage, even though it doesn't pass the 140, but because it lasts so long, it takes much more, so to speak. Now we have this NPC attacking for no apparent reason. I don't even know why. Also, you can see that when I use caltrops, I usually use caltrops and I dodge right away to gain the double effect of caltrops, the big ones, the small ones. I'm gonna throw the goo here to gain extra condition on him. He has confusion on him, he had burning on him. I had to shadow step there because it got me locked down in that place. I think I was stuck in there, if I'm not mistaken. Happened last night and I can't even freaking remember. He already has 8 stacks of frenzy, which means his damage will be a really nasty bugger. He has 9 already. At some point he will have a big amount of those frenzy buffs on him that he basically one-shots you, which is really nasty business for your teeth, even with your vitality and your toughness and etc. But as you can see, so far we got him to about 55%, I think 60% even. It doesn't matter. There you go, 10 stacks of frenzy, and he already did like 12k damage on me. Okay, put 5 bleeds on him, throw the shard. There you go. Yeah, 25 stacks. Now he's gonna stay in my caltrops, which will keep ticking on him damage. I'll just put my Death Blossom on him. There you go. You can see the amount of bleeds on him is really high, and the damage that it will take from it, it's really nasty, even for a target like him, because he has a good amount of HP on him, he has a good amount of armor on him. Usually it's even hard to a group of people to take him down. And with Madnek Syndrome, the first one, the build, and the Madnek Syndrome, the second one, the build, I had really problems with him. But with this new build, it's really it's not, I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's easier, because as you can see in the fight, I need to move away from him a lot because of that frenzy and because of his swing. So I need to stay out of his sight or his reach, and I don't want to lose my bleeding condition on him, you know, the duration on him. And with this build, I do a nice amount of damage, which is ranges between 120 to 135 or whatever. because it depends on how much might I have, and the bleeds last long enough for me to roll out of damage that he may cause on me, roll back in, put extra bleeds on that can either refill the bleeds that already here or replace the ones that are about to run out. Now, if you pay attention to his frenzy, the boss, after a period of time, he will reset the frenzy buffs that he have on him. So it's really good if you're taking too much damage or he has too many stacks of frenzy on him. Just kite him just a little bit for extra, to buy time, so to speak, and you'll be clear from his frenzies as well, because it will basically reset them. Now, the damage, even with 3 or 4 frenzy, it's really noticeable. It just did like 5k on me over there. I wouldn't advise about the food. Now that I'm thinking about it, I pulled them up there as well. I wouldn't advise to use the 40% condition duration and the 70 condition damage if your HP is less than 16k. There you go, I go down there. But because of my bleeds on him, you can see the damage that it takes. It will get to like 1% or something like that before I'll be dead. Basically, I tried to rally here, but spawn point is right here. I just respawn, shoot at him right away. He has 12 stacks of frenzy right now. I just want to keep him in combat, so to finish him off. Put more bleeds, dodge out, obviously, roll. This is how you basically play ping pong with the mobs, so to speak. You dodge to one direction, they run to you, you roll out to another direction, and that's how you kite them, basically. This is how you, with this build, because of the duration, you can do it as much as you want, well, as much as you can. There you go, I rallied on them, whatever. First time I killed him, like I said, because of this build. It's really nice build, and this is how the rotation works, and this is how I play the game. Hope this video is really helpful for you. If it did help you, if you did enjoy the video, the tutorial and the explanation, please do like and favorite this video. Leave a comment below what you did like and etc. If you didn't like this video, if you hate me in general, whatever, I don't know, dislike this video and leave me a comment what you didn't like about this video. I'm always open for suggestions, so if you have any suggestions to improve this build, I haven't found any yet, but if you do have, please leave a comment. Hope you'll enjoy my later video as well, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.